Newsfirst, Newsline Prime with Faraz Shaukat.
And a very good evening to you. This is Newsline Prime, live as always from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. And this evening we've got a very interesting personality, usually Faraz, and he's been tasked with enormous responsibility recently. And let's find out how he's doing amongst all this sort of sea of uncertainty that prevails in the political arena in Sri Lanka. So here we go. This evening we're in conversation with Mr. Azath Salley, Governor of the Western Province. Good evening to you, Governor.
Very good evening, Faraz.
It's wonderful talking to you, actually.
Yeah, for a long time,
It's the first time that you arrived here since
No.
being the governor, is it?
Third time.
Really? Not on this program, no?
Your program.
Anyway, now then, how are you doing? How's being governor?
Very good, very challenging, very interesting, a lot of work.
Right.
I feel that 25-30 years, nothing happened like.
Oh, really?
So much of work.
Okay.
So, sorting out a lot of things and
How
very
long have you
happy
been
working.
How long now? 2 months?
3 months now.
3 months. How time flies.
I know.
Now, in these 3 months, can you tell us, have you achieved anything significant? You said, yes, I've done this.
Yes, Faraz, the schools.
Yeah.
90% of the schools in the country comes under the provincial council system.
Right.
There's only 350 schools that the national government is managing. Even that you see the problems that are there. All leading schools without principals. Right? If you take Thurston, Royal, DS, all without
all of
principals.
them without.
All Muslim Ladies College, all Hamidul Hussainiya, all without principals.
Right.
So these are state of affairs in the national school. So nevertheless, provincial schools, what my target was, Western Province has been #1 earlier in education, and it has come down to the 3rd level when I took office, and the difference between the 3rd and the 5th was only 1.2%.
Right.
So I don't consider it as a 3rd, I consider it as the 5th place, and my target is to ensure that we come back to 1 this year itself. So I have given targets to the principals. I have had discussion with all the district, Colombo, Gampai and Kalutara. All the principals have been summoned and we have had discussion. Even the directors of education have said, first provide them with all the facilities they need. The teacher shortages, we have filled 240 teachers just last month. Now this month on the 18th we are having some 200 graduate teacher appointments, and we are doing some management assistants like that. We are giving in all the vacancies, filling the vacancies to provide to the schools.
So these are not done before?
No, not done before. And also nobody had been taking so much of interest in these schools, and this is why these mushroom international schools are...
Typical working day, what time do you start?
I started at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I start very early at 4:30 in the morning. I start usually.
Yeah.
And I was on the field today. I had to visit 10 schools today to see the new traffic arrangements that I'm planning to do soon after the new year.
Right.
Because if you see, Colombo traffic is becoming very bad.
Is it really, Mr. Salley, is it really necessary for the governor to get involved at this sort of almost micro level?
Up to the 21st, governor is the the authority, the final authority. But after the 21st, the governor will have full authority over the entire province, because the provincial council will be dissolved.
The provincial council will be dissolved.
On the 21st.
The provincial council will be dissolved.
And then the governor will have full powers. So the entire responsibility lies with the governor. So, very interesting. And the problem had been, there was nobody who could take the risk and the decision. So now I take decisions, take the risk also, and fire when necessary.
Fire when necessary. How's the relationship with Her Worship the Mayor?
Very good. She visited me also. She wants to have a reception for me. I have still not been able to give a date. We are so busy with work. And also, whatever the council wanted, she had requested. I have always been very helpful because it's my council.
And you are working in the interest of the people?
Of course.
Right. Now then, what are the challenges you face?
I was going to tell you about the traffic.
Yes,
now these traffic arrangements, now if you take Colombo Faraz, you know the morning and evening traffic that is there.
Yeah.
Especially when you take Gaul Road, you saw there was a very large roundabout at Golface.
Yeah.
So the police had been requesting the council to reduce this roundabout for the last 3 years. So the first discussion when they met me in January as I took office and told me that if this can be reduced, there will be a straight drive up to the presidential secretariat and very, I mean, a big
it will make a difference.
It will make a big difference. So immediately that night itself, I went there, I stood there and got the whole thing done and reduced the roundabout.
But
now
without any discussion?
There's nothing to discuss. No, when the police have recommended it should be small, the council also accepts it, and then it has to be implemented. That's why I said no. You need leadership and you need the implementation. If these two are there with somebody, you can do wonders. This is what people want. People want results, and I want to see things happening. This is what I was doing in 2001 to 2006 as the deputy mayor also. Where my mayor, he gave me the full powers to do.
Do you feel that President Sirisena has finally given you,
he should have given to me a long time ago.
Well then, forget that. But everybody else, nobody has ever given you an opportunity like this. You left the United National Party.
Very thankful because UNP, I don't talk about it because there is no point talk about it. Disgraceful to talk about that party. Disgrace to talk about the.
But is it the party or is it the leader?
Because I mean, it's a letdown. They don't know what is the meaning of a letter. They don't know what is the meaning of giving somebody an assurance. They don't know what is the meaning of a promise that they give. Like the 2015 election promises only, a promise was made to me, not this time. Earlier when Dr. Gaman Vijaysekhar was there also, there was a promise made and I was given a letter in writing during Mr. Vijaytunga's period. After that, now Ranil Wickramasinghe's period also, they gave me a letter signed by the General Secretary.
So they don't like you then?
So I mean,
is it that they don't like you or what?
They don't like right people. No, they want somebody who can come and rob.
Who can bend?
Bend and rob and do what they want to. So with Azath it is really difficult. Azath is a self-made man. So Azath is a different character altogether. So they were trying all their best. Even the previous regime, how they arrested me, how they arrest me, or what they were trying to do. But touch wood, thank God, nothing went wrong and I'm still alive.
You're still there?
Still there.
Right. So are you enjoying the job?
Very much. Very happy, very much, and ensure that always I say is the whole country should thank the Almighty for having given us a president in the caliber of Maithripala Sirisena, because for the reason that today the amount of drugs that is being caught, right, this is something that nobody can ever think of. See, there were governments from the day we got independence to today, but no leader in the country who had the real guts to hang the fellow who is into drugs. Or not now he says not only the fellow who will be charged who will be bringing drugs, fellows who are taking drugs also are going to be in trouble. The brokers are going to be in trouble. So there is
the whole lot.
See, the whole lot is going to be in trouble very soon. So now with the hanging of a few fellows, I think the whole country will
fall into line,
and there will be some sort of discipline coming. First time you see openly you destroy drugs.
What about you as the governor of the Western Province? Do you have rehab centers?
Rehabilitation centers are there already by the government. There are a lot of rehabilitation centers, and the
are they full?
Not much. I mean, there are private organizations doing it. A lot of people are into that. So I think we will need a big hospital for that purpose itself, because now once the drugs are stopped, these fellows will be shivering and dancing on the roads very soon, because there is a big shortage of drugs now, and everybody knows that something is happening in the country. So you saw 750 kilos destroyed earlier. Day before yesterday, another 750 kilos, 759 kilos were destroyed. So these are things. Earlier what happened, so these drugs came in as production, they were keeping it. Then while the production
I'm going to listen to you, but I don't know, because it's obviously your responsibility what you're saying.
That's all right. I have always been taking responsibility, Faraz. You have always been doing this to me,
No, not only to you, but
that's
to all our guests.
That's all right. That's all right. But what I see is I mean business. When these drugs were there, that were kept as production, and then it turned into something else, some powder.
Shamir Rasuddin taught me that. to put the guest on the spot.
I think it's very embarrassing when you keep doing that over and over again.
But we have to. You understand that we have legal constraints.
You know, we are also responsible citizens of this country. We are responsible politicians. We know what we are saying.
Right, carry on. Let's get on.
And you know, whatever I have said up to today, touch wood, nobody has challenged us, and nobody will dare to challenge also. So there is no issue about that.
Right.
So when about the traffic I was saying, so that we have reduced. Secondly, what we did today in the morning is we visited 10 to 15 leading schools today, and
yes, I'd like to know about the school.
This implementation is going to be during this holiday season. Today the holiday starts, 22nd it will be open. All Colombo schools that we have earmarked are going to be having a parking bay, whereby the vehicle will come, stop at the entrance of the school. Within 3 minutes this vehicle will be out. No driver will get down from the vehicle. The child will be ready with the bag to get down and go. Here what happens is, why the traffic is more in Colombo is, the mother puts in the child without even combing their hair. The child's hair is combed on the road. The child is fed with the breakfast in the morning inside the car. So the traffic congestion is very, very high. So these things will stop, and especially forces. Even today I have taken a picture where 2 forces vehicle parallelly stops, and the drivers of the armed forces are outside the vehicle, opening the boot, taking the bag, putting it on the child, and taking the child up to the gate to leave. So these things will no more be allowed. The vehicle will come, stop at the gate, in 3 minutes the vehicle will have to go. So this is a system that we have to be very, very thankful to the Marutu University. They have been doing a wonderful job. They have really come out well, and they have tried it at Visakha school, and it's a success. So now we are going to implement this at Royal College, Thurston College, D.S. Senanayaka, Ladies College, Newsfirst College, Clifton Balika, Ananda, Nalanda, and St. Peter's and Muslim Ladies College, Hindu College. So these are the schools that we earmarked.
Are you not the governor of, doesn't Mount Lavinia come under you?
Yeah, my God, don't worry.
What about St. Thomas's? The Galle border. No, what about St. Thomas's? What about the Hotel Road?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of things can be done. So this is only a pilot project that we have started, and we are going to try it out with the Colombo schools. Once that is done, now we are sending out that leaflet to all the parents also, what we are planning to do, educate them. So we are requesting the media institutions like you and other channels also to come forward and help us to educate the people that this is the new arrangement, and we will be holding a press conference with the police, the traffic, and the council. So people will be educated, a leaflet will be distributed for the parents, and I think this will go well, and traffic to an extent will be reduced.
Good, excellent. Now I'm going to ask you another question. As citizen Salley, not as the governor and so on, as citizen Salley, what have you got to say about this business about the oil refiners? All of a sudden, Sri Lanka, the flavor of the month is oil refineries. We have one lot who say that they are investing nearly 4 billion, another one that's going to do 14 billion, and they're going to bring another 10 billion after.
For us, to make the long story short, I'm very sad about having to vote the good governance government in 2015. Because from the beginning up to today, I have never seen a transparent deal in this country. Never seen a transparent deal in this country. I mean, Mr. Malik Samaravikrama, I don't know, even if you see yesterday, day before, all parliamentary session, if you see,
well, you got the roasting of his life.
The questions that are raised by the people, the MPs, with regard to every deal that Mr. Malik Samaravikrama has been doing, is, hurting us so much that why are we, we have voted for a good government.
But Mr. Samaravikrama tells me, he tells me here that he is not into deals. He doesn't do deals.
I don't know why this black money going out of this country and then coming in the form of white money. I don't know why is this coming like. Now see, don't you have people with credibility? Now, I was even today telling the BOI chairman, Mr. Emasiri Fernando, that the BOI structure also has to be changed. If Emasiri can be, Emasiri wants to leave as fast as possible from there, but I request a person of his caliber that he should be there, because if that place needs a big change. Because in any country, you go into walk into a BOI, they ask you, what is the project? What do you want done? Okay, this land is $30,000, this is $40,000, $50,000, $60, they have their own pricing.
Yeah.
You select the land, immediately your entire process is done in 2 days. And you're given the opportunity to do it. The project is started into it. Here, months and months the investor has to come and wait for approvals.
So it's frustrating.
Frustrating, not only, so genuinely, only rogues can come into the country.
But then you say that, but on the other hand, in the case of this refinery business,
things were done overnight.
The cabinet memorandum presented by Malik Samaravikrama was on a particular day, and then he's talking about a particular company, Silver Park something or other, and on the day that he produced that document to his colleagues in cabinet, that company did not exist in law.
This is what I'm trying to say. A company, a government, and the BOI, when they get an application, today you're on internet. You type the name, you will get the history of the person.
Yeah.
You type the name, you get the history of the company. Where is this company? Where is its situation? What is the shares they hold? How much of credibility they have? What are the robberies they have done? But in the case of Malik Samaravikrama and the BOI and the issues that you're talking of, when you type the name, all are rogues. Right? All these come. Now see, as we also, Rajita also, all these UNPs were talking about one particular person, Lokuvitaran.
Yes.
Who is this Lokuvitaran they were talking? They were talking that Lokuvitaran is a man who has the money of Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Yeah.
And he is the man who is taking the black money and bringing it as white into the country.
Yeah.
In connivance with Malik Samaravikrama.
Yeah.
And this is how all these tire things started. President went and stopped it.
You're now talking about claims that people said.
Yeah. And President stopped it. Later it has been cleared. Then this is the guy who owns Marriott Hotel. This is the money of Mahinda Rajapaksa. All that was told no by the UNP.
Yeah.
But today this Lokuvitaran has become a big UNP, no? Huh? Cement factory is given and we exposed him. I exposed him.
Yeah.
When he was talking on telephone at the airport of how the cement deal is going to happen, and it happened the same way for us. It happened the same way. You remember that?
Yes.
The same way we discussed, the same way we put out the videos, the same way it happened. Today, the cement is also given to him. So where is transparency? Where is transparency in the Yapalna government, good governance government? Nothing. For mere commission, for mere santosam, they bloody sell the country. You can't do this. You can't do this. You have to see how things are going to happen, how we brought about a change. A big, long-ruled country was just taken over by Maitripala Sirisena with the support of all the other peace-loving people of this country. But what happened? What did we achieve? Nothing. Up to today, we have not achieved anything. Is the minority issue settled? No. Right? Just to satisfy the Tamil people, you go to Jaffna, you stay for 4 days, you say we are going to bring 4 billion. We are going to make Palali another Canadian airport. Can these things happen? Before December, can these things happen? You can't. So whom are you bluffing? You are bluffing the Tamil people. Right? Then the Tamil people have to come and vote for you, for your budget. For what reason? Because you are going to bring the new investments there. Right? A government that could not build 50,000 houses, 1 minute.
Yes.
The government that could not build 50,000 houses for the Tamil people.
Yeah.
Not your money, man. That money was given to you by the Indian government and they gave you 50,000 houses for the Tamil people. You couldn't build it. Poor Swaminathan. He tried his level best to do that construction, but he was not allowed by Sumendran.
Yes, he did.
He didn't allow him to do it. Okay, now Sumendran put a condition on Mr. Wickramasinghe that your senior person who stood by the UNP from the beginning to today, you throw him out. If not, we won't support you.
When you meet Mr. Sumendran, what do you intend telling him?
I tell him what I have to tell him.
Which is what?
So Swaminathan was thrown out. It was. Now how many months after Swaminathan was thrown out? Okay, where is the Indian houses now? Is it going to come? Very simple. Hand over that 50,000 houses to Sajid Premadasa.
And he'll do it.
Hand over the 50,000 houses to Sajid Premadasa. He will deliver it in 2 months. You don't need to build, one person need not build 50,000 houses. You break into 50 contractors and give them. They will deliver the houses. The money is coming with all. Now see, the work that, my position also, there were 350 principals.
Yeah.
They were all acting principals for us.
Yeah.
See, they came to me and told me, sir, we are acting principals for the last 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, some people. Every principal is paid allowance of 3,000 rupees, right? You saw recently there was a post that fell on a child and the principal was assaulted. Who was that principal? An acting principal. So when the responsibility lies, it lies not only as a principal but as an acting principal also the same responsibility. But he doesn't get the 3,000 rupees. There were 350 principals. I gave them that allowance. CMC if you take, they were recruiting 699 people to the Kala Municipal Council. There were more than 200 people who are, more than 500 people are working on casual basis for over 8 years. Leaving those people, they were trying to recruit new people into the CMC's cadre. Immediately I put a stop. I said, I will allow you to do this provided at least 200 people from the casual list are taken in. Right? So, they immediately allowed. Who are those people? People who are getting down in the pit for us. Those people's lives are very dangerous. They live only between 50 to 55 years. Because they get into the pit and the gas hits them so bad, without any insurance, nothing, they are risking their life. So they die soon. So I said, nothing doing, first confirm them, I will allow you to do that. So they oblige. So more than 200 people I was able to make them permanent. Right. Like that every area. And the cooperative movement. Cooperative movement, after the central bank robbery, 4 billion rupees have been played out. By various cooperative movements where there are...
I know I don't want you to be breaching the official secrets or anything like that. But tell me this, have you met in your working life in this new job as governor, have you met the Prime Minister?
Oh, several times. I received the Prime Minister at the Independence Day also.
Yes, I know, but on Independence Day you can't sort of ask him these things. But have you ever asked him candidly, what his role is?
I never had the opportunity of sitting and chatting with him.
Now what about Malik Samruikman?
No, I don't even like to see that face. Sorry.
Right. Kabir Hashim?
I met him. Several times I have met him at functions and all that.
Right. Is he, did you ask him about his
poor
role?
guy,
Fall guy. Is that what it is?
I'm very sorry, I feel very sorry for him. He can speak well, but he can't do anything. In his government also. I mean, that has been the plight of all the Muslim leaders in the UNP right throughout. Mr. Hamid's time, if you see, right throughout he served the UNP, made Ranil the man. The deal between Srimati Disanayak and Ranil Wickramasinghe at that time after Gamini Disanayak's death, how beautifully handled it, how beautifully brought Ranil to the leadership, and how Hamid was cut, how M.H. Mohammed was cut, how Kabir is cut. That Muslims blindly go.
Yes.
Blindly, UNP, Muslims are blindly towards UNP, but they don't get anything. See, the UNP was not happy, President going to Pakistan.
Yeah.
The UNP was not happy, President going to Qatar. Like that. So they are not inclined. Has Prime Minister Ranil Wickramasinghe ever been to a Muslim country? Has he ever been to a Muslim country? No. Has he ever solved a Muslim issue? No.
Does that make him what? What are you trying to say?
But why the Muslims want to make him the leader of the UNP by voting? Is my question.
That is what you need to ask those people.
I am asking them. President is asking.
Yeah.
President the other day summoned all the Muslim leaders and asked them this question. You all are voting the UNP for what? Tell me what the UNP has done to the Muslims. If you take the history of this country, whatever Muslim have won, whatever the rights you all have won to a SLP government only. Not that I'm trying to praise or hold a candle to the SLP. I'm not saying that, but I'm just telling you what the president is saying.
Is it unfair if I was to ask you which party you will back at the next, let's say, presidential election? Is that unfair?
Not an unfair question. It's a very clear question. See, I have no other option but to support the candidature of Maithripala Sirisena. He is our candidate and he is going to be the candidate, and no other person other than Maithripala Sirisena will be supported.
Then you are positive about
Very
that?
positive. And I have always said,
Yeah.
මේ රටේ ජනතාවගේ පිනට පාළ වෙච්ච නායකයෙක් Maithripala Sirisena. It's a blessing for this country that Maithripala Sirisena is the president of this country, because today the youth of this country can have some hope that they will not be a drug addict.
Do you think that Mr. Sirisena, the president, is focused on running again for a second term?
I think there is no other person to run. If you see the track record of Maithripala Sirisena, who has no corruption on him, a person who has been very straight and very focused on what he wants to do. Today if you see the dams that are being constructed, today if you see the development that has taken place in the country, today if you see the law and order situation
and
coming
controlling
in,
the drug menace.
Drug menace, if you can see the fellow is going to be hanged today, and if you see all fighting against all the robberies that are taking place by the UNP government, so he is doing a wonderful job. If he was not monitoring, if he was not interfering, if he was not arguing at those points at cabinet meetings, today the whole country would have been sold out. And today if you take land also, you can see how land is being given out. Right? So there you are, he was the president, for friends and relatives. And where are the things that you promised delivered? No. When an election comes, you talk of chewing gum. When election comes, you talk of gold rings and bangles. Never. Gold chain. These things never happen. The Volkswagen has never come.
Will it ever come?
It will never come. Because
So why did
themselves have given a statement to say that we are not coming.
Why did Malik Samaravikrama oversee?
Now he says, no, yesterday in Parliament he says, Noel is not my friend.
He's Nama's
Malik
friend.
knows, he says Nama's friend, but he knows that he was a family, Mr. Vikram Singh's family was dealing with Noel right throughout.
Yeah.
His brother is a partner in his company. That was the history. So that is how things are.
What do you feel? Who do you think?
See, the people have to make the right choice. People have to make the right decision. As far as I am concerned, it is not whether it is SLP, UNP or Port Tour. It is who is going to be the next president, who can be the president, who can be a godfather to all the children of this country. It is Maithripala Sirisena and nobody else.
Azath Salley, it's been wonderful talking to you as the governor of the central of the Western Province.
Faraz, the problem with you is you sleep with Central Bank and you get up with Central Bank. So you
I was going to say Central
and
Province.
I
was going to say Central
Halfway in the program also you are sleeping. Okay, good.
Now, before you go, your prediction, who will be the candidates?
Maithripala Sirisena. I told you.
What about the other side?
See, the other beauty that I saw...
What about the other side?
The other side, that's what I was going to say. I saw Mr. Sarath Fonseca making a statement. I was laughing to myself.
Mr. Sarath Fonseca?
Yeah.
Field Marshal.
He was making a statement to say that we have suffered enough by bringing outsiders, right? So this time we will not bring any outsiders. So I was questioning myself, who the hell was he when he was contesting? That was the wrong decision that UNP made, and that is what I told. At the beginning I told them that bringing an outsider was wrong at that time, and that is why I was thrown out of the UNP for raising that question in the working committee. Right? With me, Johnston and Indika Bandaranaike voted, and when we came home, we get a letter that I don't need your services any longer. So this is the UNP, and Mr. Fonseca asking that question. So from outside only he came, now he is inside, and now he feels that Maithripala is outside. So they don't want any outsider. So he feels that Mr. Vikram Singh is the candidate. So well and good. If the UNP has confidence in him, they can jolly well vote. We can wait and see.
Azath Salley, you're a marvelous guest. Thank you very much for being there. I hope you achieve everything that you've set out to do, because you've been given a responsibility, and we hope that you get on with it. As always, the network is there to help.
Thank you.
And it'll be a great pleasure. That's the way it was on Newsline Prime. Have a great evening ahead. Take care and have a wonderful weekend. Take care and God bless.
News First, Newsline Prime with Faraz